Crowds, they're having a great time. Looks like the weather's pretty nice down in New Orleans this evening.
It looks like New Orleans maybe back to its glory days. You
Yes.
know? Lots of people for hours and hours down there. And
you been to Mardi Gras?
Never been, but every day of my life is Mardi Gras. You know, it's always a party in the Draper household. You know, that's how it is.
We know that.
I'll tell you what, a big basketball game going on tomorrow night, guys. A battle for first place in the SEC East. Kentucky Wildcats turning things around, starting to play good. A huge game tomorrow down in Columbia when they travel to South Carolina. Billy Gillespie's squad coming off a big-time home win over Tennessee. Right now, they're 19-8 on the season, 8-4 in the conference, and one freshman says this team will go as far as the young players take them.
Yes, coach relied on me and Darius to step up big. We freshmen, but he relied on us to play our best, and we got to accept that role and have confidence in our ability.
And college basketball icon Dickie V, there he is, the PT peer in town. That's right, signing his book, Fabulous 50 Players and Moments in College Basketball. He says U of L has what it takes to make a deep run in March, and Kentucky will be back on top soon. But what about those Indiana Hoosiers who are in the midst of their worst season ever? I asked him about the road ahead for first-year IU coach Tom Crean, and he compared the situation to Rick Pitino when he took over Kentucky.
I think that they made a great, not a good choice, they made a great choice in hiring Tom Crean. He brings energy. So I see Tom Crean as that same energetic, enthusiastic, passionate. That runs off on people, man. The only negative with Crean, you tell him I said this, Pitino, his name ended in I-E-I-O-U, and he was a paisano, ate a lot of linguine and a lot of lasagna. We got to change Crean's name to Cremino.
There you go, the one and only Dickie V in town in Louisville. How about out there in Providence? The #1 team goes down. Pitt, for the second time this season, they get ousted. They lose at Providence 81-73. It's the first time in 33 years the Friars have upset the #1 team. It may be the biggest win since Rick Pitino was there when he guided them to the Final Four back in 1987. The second season has begun for Kentucky boys and girls basketball teams. The playoffs underway this week. A big matchup in the 25th District. The St. X Tigers taking on Manual. This game played at Male High School, and the Tiger fans were in full effect watching their squad led by Patrick Butcher cutting without the ball, getting the layup right there. St. X would go on top early on, but here come those Crimsons. Jacob Jenkins off the dribble, gets the tough two to go over the defenders. St. X turn now off the loose ball. It's Michael Icing finding Brian Gunter all alone. Get up, young fella, get up. A two-handed flush. They were down by as many as 16, talking about Manual, but Alexander Nico Leak goes off. 25 points, 7 rebounds. Manual comes all the way back to win. 60-53 is your final. In the other district semifinal, Male taking on Collegiate. Let's check out the highlights in this one. All Male in this one. DeCarlo Hayes dropping off the dime right here on the break to Kevin Glenn for the layup. Male pulling away in this one. They would go on to win in a rout out there. 80-34 is your final score. And it is official tonight. The Indianapolis Colts have released wide receiver Marvin Harrison. He spent 13 years in Indy and is the team's all-time leading receiver. The Colts had wanted him to take a pay cut, but he said no way, no thanks, asked to be released. We'll be right back after this.